All right, this is where I have my January basket right now. And I do this every day. I kind of go through here, sniff some wax, see what I'm in the mood for. Do I feel like peppermint? Have I been warming too much peppermint? Do I want some tree scents or some bakery? I think on this particular day, I do decide. There was a moment there where I was going to do some lavender and speckles, and then I think I'm like, nope, I'm going to end up with rose girls. So I was in a peppermint mood. I think this was like a candy cane vanilla ice cream was the one I ended up picking. And in Christmas at Santa's from Sassy Girl Aroma, I had a little bit left of that brittle, and I figured I might as well use it up. So that's my morning routine. Otherwise, if I didn't have a January basket, I would spend probably a good hour going through all my wax and trying to decide what I'm gonna warm. So having a melting basket helps me not take forever, but still gives me quite a variety of things to choose from. And I do have some hot plates downstairs. I love these little aluminum, I think they're like souffle cups or something I got from Amazon. I just toss them in the freezer for like a few minutes, and then pop them right out and reuse them. All right, so I'm sitting down now to have my coffee. I'm not sure what I think about the oat milk yet. I've gotten used to it. It's not that bad, but they were out of milk. But I'm going to have my mini almond biscotti from Trader Joe's. I typically don't wake up hungry. I usually don't get hungry for breakfast until like 10, and it just throws off my whole day. Then I'm not hungry till like 2:30 or 3. So a lot of times when I've said in vlogs or in videos, like it's 3 and I haven't eaten, I do eat. It's not that I don't eat. It's just like I throw my whole schedule off when I work from home because I just love a big breakfast. And so today I'm not doing a big breakfast. I'm pretty much just having coffee and like 2 of those biscottis. Then I'll have lunch because I'm going to make chicken tortilla soup today. So I'm super excited about that. Got some stuff at the store last night. And soup, once you get the prep stuff done, it's just like stick it in and then like let it be. So, and I do make a good chicken tortilla soup. I'm no sous chef here, but my chopping is just pretty bad. But, hey, I don't hurt myself, don't chop any fingers off or anything like that. But this recipe calls for like a bell pepper, but I like color, so I used an orange pepper, and then some onions. I hate chopping onions, but miraculously, this one did not make me cry. And then I also was looking for carrots. So shopping late at night at the grocery store is not the best thing because they didn't have any carrots either. So I just used some baby carrots. So those are pretty much the main things in there. And then, of course, you have your chicken and garlic and all your spices. But I will put the recipe in the description box below. Let's talk about skincare. So I had someone leave a comment on a recent video within this year, 2024, asking what my skincare regimen is. And so here I am wanting to share that. It's just easier to talk about it in a vlog, maybe show you what I'm talking about, since my vlogs are for things that aren't always Scentsy or vendor wax. But yes, I'm going to share with you what I use on my skin. You're going to hear me mention the company Beauty Pie quite a bit. If you've watched all my vlogs, you might have even seen an unboxing of Beauty Pie. It's a company that I started using back in 2017, definitely by 2018. I was using Beauty Pie. My oldest daughter had mentioned it because she wanted a subscription for it. Back then, it was a monthly subscription. It's changed quite a bit since then, but it is still a membership. It is not a subscription, but it's a membership. So you don't have to buy something every month or anything like that. It's more like a Costco where you have a membership and you pay membership pricing
for their products. Now, their products are considered luxury products at drugstore prices, although maybe not drugstore, but maybe some drugstores are expensive. Like their mascara is like $12 to $15, which I think is like mascara nowadays in the drugstore. So just to give you an example, so it's not just skincare. They have beauty, they have candles, they have perfumes. So that is Beauty Pie if you want to check it out. I'll leave a link to it. And if I have a referral code, I will put that in there. They don't know who I am. This is not sponsored. I've just been a loyal customer since 2018. So it's definitely a favorite of mine. But let's talk about my skin. My mother has great skin. So some of it is genetics. I was lucky. I was very lucky to get maybe her skin. And so that's the start. But then I've also taken care of it since I was in my 20s, wearing makeup, making sure I had moisturizer, all that stuff. So here I am. I'm 52 now. And let's go over what I use. So this is not something I use every day, but last night I didn't get very much sleep. So it's great when you're feeling a little tired under the eyes, a little puffy, but this is Pure Ceramides from Beauty Pie. It's really cool looking. You just twist it, the stuff comes out, and it's got these little metal balls on top, and that makes it nice and cooling for under your eyes. Feels fantastic. And so that is the first thing. Then I have from their Plantastic line, this is also Beauty Pie. This is Genius Ginseng Eye Cream. This is the first time using this particular line. They have several different lines, Plantastic, Jeju, I think Uber Youth or Uber. I have one of that. Let's see, Uber Youth. But I really do like this eye cream, so I will probably repurchase this one, although I've been happy with other ones that I've bought. But it's kind of very soft, light, soaks right in to under my eyes, and I've been happy with that. Then let's move on to the spritzer. So this is Jeju Daily Rehydration Mist. I probably wouldn't have bought this or used this if they didn't give it to me for free. It was a part of a promotion one time, spend X number of dollars and get this for free. But I do like it, especially in the summer. I might get another bottle. I mean, it's just a rehydration spritzer. Feels great. And then even in the summer when it's hot, it's nice to put this in the fridge and then but this is a rehydration mist. My skin does get really dry up in the forehead. My nose tends to get a little oily. Some parts of my cheek are a little oily. So sometimes it's dry, especially in the winter, and sometimes it's not. It's probably like everyone else's, a little combination skin. This next thing is not from Beauty Pie. This is Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. So this is a Korean brand from COS RX. You can find it at Ulta or other places. It was really, really popular, at least I think last year, the year before, a lot of people started talking about this. It's been great for, again, keeping my face hydrated, especially in my forehead where I do get a lot of dryness and kind of right here. Like here is a little oily, here gets dry. So in the morning, it's all about putting moisture back into my face or into my skin. Then we move on to a super serum. This is with Hydrating Marine Complex. This is the Uber Youth Super Serum, and it's just a really nice, it's also like a creamy serum, and it just feels really good. Again, super soft, easily soaks into my skin, and it smells nice. None of these have a very strong fragrance. It's just more, I think, whatever the natural thing is. In fact, there's really not any fragrance to it, but when you first pump it, it's like the tiniest little bit of like something that just smells cool and fresh. All right, then we have our vitamin C. So I had not been using vitamin C maybe for like 6 months. I forgot or just didn't have any more, but I went back and did get some more. So this is a super active capsules. And the reason I am back on it is I did get a facial, and she did just say, oh, you should try to use some vitamin C because I am getting more and more spots on my face. That was pretty much the only recommendation she was going to give me. And so I'm back on vitamin C. What I love about these particular ones are they're encapsulated. So vitamin C if you've ever purchased it, will be in probably an opaque bottle. Because I believe, and I'm not a scientist or like a specialist when it comes to skincare, but what I have heard is that the reason that's the case is because sunlight will deteriorate the active ingredients in vitamin C. So I love that these are capsules. And so every time I'm getting like a fresh little thing of vitamin C, and it hasn't gone bad. And it doesn't smell like hot dogs. Some people describe vitamin C smelling like hot dog. I'm like, no, that one doesn't smell like hot dogs. And then to kind of close everything out here, then I have Jeju Daily. This is AM PM Moisture Super Fusion. This is also newer to me. I wanted to try it out. And I like this one a lot. This is like a putty. It's almost like a putty kind of feel to it, but it like instantly melts with the warmth from your skin and soaks it all in. So what I've learned in watching a lot of makeup and skincare videos is that you want to start with the thinnest to the thickest when you're putting it on. So this is the thickest cream that I'm using, and it's going to be the one that's going to be kind of last on my face as far as what you traditionally call skincare. And that kind of locks everything in. Because if you try to put a thicker, like if you put thicker cream first and then you try to put a serum on top, that serum is going to have a really hard time working through the heavier cream because the cream is creating like a barrier. That is like what is officially skincare. But I guess I would also say that sunscreen should be, if it is not, should be part of your skincare regimen. So after I've let everything kind of soak in, get in there, before I put my makeup on, I'm going to use the sunscreen. I just bought this because I was placing an order from Beauty Pie, but I think a facial sunscreen is a facial sunscreen, although I do like this one. This has green tea and peptides, so since I do purchase from Beauty Pie regularly, I would probably just throw this in my cart when I'm done with this particular bottle. I've been happy with it. It blends right in. It is white, but it doesn't leave like a white cast, and it's not like you have to rub it in your face. It's actually a very light, easily goes on my skin after putting on all my skincare. So I do like that one a lot, and that is Ultra Light Daily SPF 30. That's my skincare regimen. It may sound like a lot, but it really doesn't take me that long because I'm just quickly and not putting on a lot. And there's definitely things you can take out. Like normally I probably wouldn't use these all the time. So it's just a serum, vitamin C, and like, maybe a thicker cream, but not too thick because I don't like really thick creams. So that is my skincare. And at night, I just use like a retinol, also from Beauty Pie. I think it's an overnight protector, I think is what it's called. And that's really it. So I hope you enjoyed this segment. All right, moving on to the next thing.
So I actually ended up cooking the chicken the next day, or the chicken tortilla soup the next day. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I forgot to actually film the last day, it all done and prepared. But this is an easy recipe to do, especially if you chop everything and get everything ready beforehand. It's just a matter of putting it in this Dutch oven. So the recipe is actually for doing it in a slow cooker. I just found a Dutch oven conversion time so I can make it in this Dutch oven. And when I do it that way, I just stick this in the oven for like 2 hours instead of 3 to 4 hours if it was in a slow cooker on high. But what I won't show in these clips is the corn that I almost forgot to put on top. And then of course the toppings at the very end. There's cilantro, there's tortilla chips. You can put in some sour cream, some avocado. So all of that is after the soup is done. But it's a really easy recipe to do and great on a cold night.
today is a day where I don't have anything going on. First day of kind of complete freedom. So I'm going to read. This is John Grisham's The Exchange After the Firm. So this book is a sequel of The Firm, basically, which was made into a movie with Tom Cruise. And this takes place like 15 years later. So I love that book. I love that movie. So I thought, you know what, let's return to John Grisham and see. I haven't read a John Grisham book probably since like Pelican Brief or Rainmaker, or, I think it was in the 90s, maybe, or early 2000s when he was really popular with a lot of books. So one of my goals this year is to find time or make time, I should say, for some of the other stuff that I enjoy doing that's not all YouTube all the time. So reading every day is a goal of mine. So I have this book, and then I have another book that I haven't started on my nightstand. And then I have an audio book that I read when I'm driving, or in the evening when I'm tired, when my eyes are tired. I'm not going to read, but I can listen to an audio book and do dishes and things like that. So I have an audio book called The Hunting Wives. Not sure if I love that yet. I just started it, but we'll see. And that's The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. I think it's a backlist from 2018 or 2019. This one came out at the end of 2023. And then I have a nonfiction book about Vegas, which is called, I think, What Happens in Vegas Stays in Vegas, from the people who made Vegas. It's something like that. And it's like stories from like hotel employees, and it sounds very interesting. And that is a nonfiction. But I haven't started that one. But my word this year is balance. So every year I have a word of the year, and I've probably been doing this for about 6 years. I don't remember every word of the year, but I know my first one, I think, was like connect. And that was maybe 5 years ago. And it usually comes to me when I'm just thinking about like, what do I want my word for next year to be? And sometimes it just happens. And this year it's balance. And it was like, yeah, that is the word. That is it. That is going to be my word for the year, where I just want to find the right balance of mixing things up, not being so hyper-focused in one area, but kind of balance again, right? Balance time with family, friends, doing YouTube, connections, but also reading, writing, all the things that I used to also do, scrapbooking, things like that. So, or photography, I used to do a project called 365. It was prompts. So every day we'd get prompts, and I did that 2 years straight. And it's not easy to take a picture based on a prompt every single day for 2 years, but I did. I looked at it this year and I go, no, that's putting too much in one thing. If I'm motivated by a prompt to take a photo of it, then great, but not feeling like I have to do it every single day, because I don't know. So just, again, trying to make sure I'm balancing my life and not letting one area take over or two areas take over, but finding time for the things that you really enjoy.
So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and if you have a word for the year, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know what it is. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.